The sixth presenters are Sasaki Natsumi and Holly Cassandra. Their choice is Theme 3. Please start.
Good afternoon. My name is Natsumi Sasaki.
My name is Holly Cassandra.
We would like to begin our presentation.
To begin with, did you know that 15% of the world population has some type of disability? In this era, digital technology like AI has greatly improved. Now, it is not unusual to see 3D human avatar or hologram being used in many areas of our daily life, such as entertainment, online games, and even customer service. We thought that it will be amazing to create a hologram to help people with disability. For this project, we decided to focus on people who are hard of hearing and deaf because 3D human avatar can move and do hand gestures, and we thought that they could also perform sign languages. Our goal is to create a better study environment for students who are hard of hearing and deaf. To achieve this goal, we propose a holographic sign language generator for a classroom.
Can you imagine what this percentage represents? This is the percentage of deaf or hard of hearing in Japan. 0.36% of the Japan population, or about 448,000 people, are deaf.
Now, let's take a look at this chart. As we've seen, now in Japan, there are 0.36% of population who have hearing disability, which is shown in the red part of the chart. However, people who are hard of hearing are not included in this red part. In this light part of the circle is the estimated number of people who have hearing disability but do not own a disability certificate, which means the actual number of people who are hard of hearing and deaf is certainly more than 0.36% of the population. Now, let's take a look at Sweden, for example. According to Swedish Statistical Government Agency, SCB, 14.1% of people over the age of 16, or 1 out of 7 people, have hearing disability. Now, even though the population in Sweden is 10 times less than in Japan, why the number is bigger? That's because in Sweden, there is no separation of people who are deaf and who are hard of hearing. And now, some of you may be thinking that it's still a small part of the community. However, we think that these people are overlooked, and we strongly believe that they need more of our support and attention.
I would like now outline what we see as the current situation of deaf or hard of hearing students in Japan. As you can see in this table, according to the data supplied by MEXT, the number of hard of hearing or deaf students attending universities or colleges has increased little by little but steadily. In fact, in the last 10 years, the number of hard of hearing or deaf students attending universities has increased about by 1.4 times. However, there are not enough sign language interpreters who can handle advanced academic subjects. In the increase of this number, schools need to provide adequate amount of support and improve their learning environment even more.
These are voices of students with hard of hearing and or deaf in colleges and university. The first students in the university she attended, she wasn't allowed to take a certain qualification because she had a disability. Also, the classes that she could take were limited. The second students, she was supporting students with hearing disability as a note takers. However, she realized that the awareness of the student support division was low, and she also realized the lack of attention and support from the university.
For the third student, the university she went to, there were no note takers in all classes, and no voice recognition app was used. And she was struggling to take exam. Why? Because she couldn't understand the content of the lecture provided by only oral explanations. In fact, according to the Japan Student Support Organization, out of 1,170 schools, there are only 56 schools that provide sign language translation support, and there are only 148 schools that has note-taking support for deaf students, which is far from enough. These voices motivated us to create something to help them to be able to study more comfortably and hopefully expand their ability and open up new opportunities for them. What we came up is a system called I Hear You, a way to generate holographic sign language in the classroom or in lecture theaters. This special device will be a desktop portable 3D hologram generator. Now, this device or system doesn't exist yet. The technology to create, it does. We will partner with a leading holographic image company called Euclidean and the best speech-to-text software company called Nuance Dragon to create this system.
Now, let me explain the functions. In simple terms, the device will catch what the person says and translate it into sign language through a 3D human hologram. Initially, the sign language that will be used is the standard sign language in Japan. First, you will open the I Hear You app, which will install inside of your smartphone, make an account, and pair it with your hologram generator. After it's paired and connected, the hologram image will appear from the projector. In classroom, the device will catch the spoken words and translate it into sign language through a 3D human hologram. In addition, it will also show written text in English and Japanese in order to assist students who don't know how to read sign languages, and moreover, it will help them to learn grammar. Now, can it be also used for an output? The answer is yes. With your smartphone, you can type what you want to say, and the text will appear above the hologram.
We plan to include two features such as automatic mode and manual mode. In automatic mode, students can choose the distance that they want, and the device will only catch the voices within the chosen distance automatically. In a manual mode, students can press listen button on their own term and timing. These two modes are to prevent the device from catching the unnecessary voices. Also, maybe some of you are wondering, what if new words are created? Our app will allow the students to register new words by using sign languages.
By using this app, students in classroom can communicate more smoothly. Also, it will include all of the diverse students in one classroom. Therefore, allow them to be more interactive and creative.
For the above functions, our app will contribute in achieving SDGs, which is number 4, quality of education, and number 10, reduction of inequalities.
This is our proposal for the digital transformation of schools. No more note takers, no more barrier due to disability, and include all of the diverse students in one classroom. We want to make sure that no one is left behind. And our system, I Hear You, will make it possible. Thank you for your time and attention.
Thank you, presenters. And now we'll take some questions from the judges.
Thank you very much for your wonderful presentation. I would like to know, you focused on some technical aspects, such as a nuance or 3D holographic content. But I think there is sometimes we have a translation mistake, such as the wearing clothes or door clothes, the completely same pronunciation word should be mistaken by translation. So how to overcome this kind of misjudging or misunderstanding is how to improve this kind of program.
Thank you for your interesting questions. In our system, we have automatical mode and manual mode. So in that case, if you just want to hear what the person besides you is saying, you can use a manual mode. So when they speak, you can press the listen button and only hear what they say. And after that, you can release the button so the other voices, the unnecessary voices, won't be catched by the device. Thank you.
So did you consider if this kind of probably the translation program is better to become the smarter and the smarter. So do you have any ideas to improve the recognize the word translation rate? Do you have any other idea about that? That's my question.
Okay, thank you for your question. We focused on for this holographic generator, we focused on to use sign language for the people who use sign languages and also who don't use but want to learn sign languages. And for the voice recognition part, I think it is very important, but we now considering that sign languages are deaf people's native language. So we think that it is much more useful to focus on the sign language technology rather than voice recognition. But we can partner with one of the speak-to-text, the best company. So that way, I think we can create much better technology for this system. Thank you.
Understood. Thank you very much.
And now a question from our second judge.
Wow, that was a dynamic presentation. Thank you. Diversity, inclusivity is so important to me. And so my question to you is I want to know how you can collaborate with the local government and businesses to expand accessibility through I Hear You.
For starter, we plan to get into a small market in Japan. Then, hopefully, if it's success, we will try to expand our market into like America and becoming more worldwidely. Regarding to the local business and government, rather than local business and government, we plan to aim for the bigger company or a market because our system requires a really high budget and a really high AI skills. So yeah, so we rather than local, we try to aim for a bigger company. Thank you.
You have so much passion in this topic. So I wonder, do you have any family members or experience in this personally? What brought up this passion?
Thank you. Actually, her experience, like she shared me that she had experienced one of her friend in her junior high school. She was taking in another class because she had a disability, and she said that she couldn't understand why she couldn't be in part of the class. And so we thought that we can create something to include all the students in one classroom. So her experience inspired us to create this system. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you, judges. Now we have a couple of questions from the audience. The first question is, why did you decide to propose a holographic display instead of a regular screen or iPhone, iPad display?
Yeah.
if we have like the the avatar display on our desktop or our phone, when you take a class, you have to look at your phone and then look at the teachers, and you have to take notes, which is inconvenient. So with this hologram, the teacher will know that you're paying attention in the class and not using your phone. Also, some teachers may not like some students to use their phone during the class. In addition, phone may have some distraction, like there will be some message and notifications coming up that will distract them during the class. Thank you.
Thank you. And the last question is, this project seems to require very advanced technology and therefore a lot of money. Are you planning to fund this venture so that low-income students may also have access to I Hear You?
Thank you for the question. We expect the budget could be borne by those two companies that we plan to partner with, and also hopefully for the end users, which is the student, we hope the max funding could cover half or some part of the budgets of this system. Thank you.
Thank you very much, presenters and judges. Thank you. Wonderful presentation.
ありがとうございました。